For businesses and lifestylers with remote assets, workplaces, sheds, cottages and huts, controlling and monitoring activities at these places can be a challenge. A security specialist will be helpful with ideas for access control and burglar alarms, but these solutions are for buildings on urban networks such as landline, cellular and broadband. An electrical firm can control and monitor using PLCs, then often will be challenged with transferring the information over a radio system. Those electricians that are familiar with radio will have a price of PLCs, radio modems, and possibly a computer interface. Remember that radio is not their core business. For years, we have been using radios only for developing solutions in this market. Because no PLCs and computers are involved, these systems are reliable and economical. Some typical applications will include more than one of the following: access control, alarm monitoring, status monitoring, remote on and off, voice communications, integrity checks, level, quality or pressure indication, paging, motion detection, broadcasting hazard alerts, and initiating auto dialers. While we have many previously installed solutions, this video shows the features of a demonstration system we have put together. There is a base radio with a control interface unit, and on the control interface unit are alarm indications and switches. Beside the control interface unit is a buzzer, and below the buzzer an air pump or a fan. With the switches and push buttons on the control interface unit, the base radio also controls various items on a field radio. The field radio also has a control interface unit, and adjacent to the control interface unit is a burglar alarm PIR. Beside the PIR is a piezo siren, and above the piezo siren is a public address speaker. To the right of the public address speaker is an outdoor light, and below the outdoor light is a simulated analog sensor. The system is built on standard off-the-shelf two-way radios, so voice communications between the two is built in as standard. This is valuable for fault finding. In this demonstration system, we control the voice communications at the field radio on the right from the base on the left, but a maintenance person can easily override this control in the field. While these are standard off-the-shelf radio units, only GME makes and successfully markets radios and interfaces with this many features in the New Zealand market. The demonstration data system has the following features. There's an integrity check, a burglar alarm, a public address, a piezo siren, an outside light, and an analog sensor which controls a fan. For the integrity check, every 10 seconds via a timed reset command, the field radio sends an integrity check to the base radio. A communications failure can be simulated by switching one of the radios to a different channel. With no integrity check received after 15 seconds, a communication failure occurs with indication at the base radio. We could have this onto a buzzer as well. When used for critical communications applications involving safety and alarms, an easy to deploy integrity check is paramount. The base radio can arm the burglar alarm at the field radio. When turned on, the burglar alarm takes approximately 1 minute to stabilise, and then any motion detected causes the base radio buzzer to beep and indication light LED to light. This could be a full site burglar alarm that gets armed and disarmed remotely, so visiting personnel don't need to know the system PIN, or for remotely setting when personnel forget. Suitable for alarm monitoring also. The base radio controls the public address speaker at the field radio. When off, the field radio external speaker is silent. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. When on, radio channel audio can be heard at the field radio. This can be used for paging or audience discrimination. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An example of audience discrimination is a common radio channel used for operations. Normally, remote buildings, public areas, etc. have no audio through the speakers. When a site hazard exists, all speakers get turned on for announcing the hazard and then turned off again until the all clear is to be given. The base radio controls a piezo siren at the field radio. When I press the push button, the piezo siren at the field radio will sound for 1 second. This could be coupled to a burglar alarm or pre-recorded announcement players for hazard warning. Via distributed alarm activation buttons, site-wide messaging can be implemented with a control room mimic panel identifying which button was pressed and also controlling the eventual reset. The base radio also controls an outside light at the field radio. When turned on, the outside light will stay lit for 2 minutes. This is from a momentary push button at the base radio. This could be used for security or safety reasons. This could also be used for timed permitted access or activities. Looking at the field radio burglar alarm. When remotely turned on and after stabilisation, the burglar alarm PIR will detect motion. Detected motion causes the base radio buzzer to beep and indication LED to light. This could be extended to include gates, doors, fence wires, fuel bowsers, first aid rooms and locker rooms, implement sheds, station cottages and huts. The analog sensor at the field radio is currently configured to simulate an air quality sensor. It controls via an analog input the base radio air pump or fan. The fan will turn on when the analog sensor goes below medium. Fan is currently off. The air quality is now medium and the fan is on. When the air quality goes high again, the fan will turn off. The fan also has a pump overrun timer which activates if the fan runs for more than 45 seconds. This alarm is cancelled when the analog sensor returns to high quality. These analog inputs are suitable for 5 volt, 10 volt, 4 to 20 milliamp sensors and basic variable resistance sensors. Potential uses include monitoring temperature, pressure, light, fluid level, sound pressure level, counters, and speed. All the above functionality can be altered to suit customers' needs. and the time delays used are purposely unrealistically short to allow an effective demonstration. That is the pump overrun timer sounding. And it's cancelled when the air quality returns to high. Because of the versatility of the GME data radios, many remote control functions and sensing, telemetry and SCADA can be carried out by using the GME data radios and control interface units instead of PLCs and radio modems. Some of the data radio features include 5 to 25 watt VHF, 1 to 5 watt and 5 to 25 watt UHF versions, analog and digital inputs being opto-isolated, input mapping to other inputs or outputs, input activation on high or low or both, set, clear, copy and invert functions, programmable trigger points on the analog inputs, timed resend 1 second to 10 minutes. The digital outputs are clean relay contacts. These can be programmed also for a timed reset between 1 second and 8 hours. There's some Boolean logic built in, and they have very fast command transfer.